python.
Yeah, pythons can get to like
Look at all the birds in here. Man, look at this lizard here.
there's a lizard.
Look at all the little pinches, Carrie.
Look at that lizard.
Yeah, use the flash. Right. Something just fell on my back. Yeah, go ahead and use it. We need to be looking for snakes, you guys.
What?
Need to be.
Touch him? He may jump on you though.
Yeah,
he does.
Was he a chameleon?
What do you think of that? He jumped in somebody's hair a little while ago. It really scared her because she was scared of lizards in the first place. And crawled up her arm and got on her shoulder and jumped in her hair. Oopsie basket.
You're okay. You like that, Natalie?
Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Over there. See, one's got his tail hanging out between those two logs. And there's one sitting in between those two logs right there. And then there's one.
Well, yeah, we're going to take it slow now so we don't miss anything. You say hello?
There's 3 snakes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Oh, he's a lizard. All kinds of birds. Big snakes there, aren't they? That's the snake's very.
Nash, those frogs, those are poisonous frogs. They can kill 10 humans. What's in here? So there's a sign that tells you. Eyelash viper. It's up there. Yep, there it is. Those are poisonous. All vipers are poisonous. Yeah, I know it. I found it.
No, Nash, I already told you no. guys will like the next one.
Wow.
22 foot, 3 inches long.
Look at that head on that. Saw that right in front of you. Hey, look at these. We're looking at the humongous. Oh, shoot. There's the
He's a fat snake, isn't he, Natalie?
yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't fit down.
Look at him, he's moving, Natalie.
Where? He's snoring. Yeah, look at those lizards. He's like, hang on. Take it in, Lacey, like something. Huh. Maybe just turn down Lacey.
Dark snake is 18 feet long. She's 125 pounds.
These are pretty green, aren't they?
That's a garden snake.
No, they're poisonous, Nash.
Very venomous, it says. East African green mamba. Very venomous.
They can kill you.
It has the lump.
Let Nash see it. Now, let's share because he lives here.
He's dead anyway.
No, he's not. What do if you letting him go? I don't think you're supposed to have him, okay? Well, put him back. He wants to go. You wouldn't want somebody to capture you. Natalie. Come on, I'm going to show you what a dragon looks like. Go back down in there. Hey. Nash, put your hand up there by him so you can tell how big he really is.
Not a picture. Snap it.
Okay. Well, I'll change it outside. Nash, move back over here so I can take video of you. Nash, move back over here so I can get video of you. Back up. The taller you get, the further back you back up. There you go. Move up a little bit, Natalie. Move up. Move forward. There, big head. Now, wait, whoa. Here, Natalie, move. Nash, move so I can get Natalie. Move forward a little bit more. Okay, now back up slowly. Okay, back up slowly, Natalie. Back up. Okay, now Nash, your turn. Get close to the mirror and slowly back up. Carrie, get over in this one. You look like a little...
Look at Mommy today. Little midget. Boy, that's a big porter.
Jump up, Nash.
Down, down,
chickens and the mice dead in the water. Feed them baby chickens and little mice.
See, now look at it. It shows its skin. See how pretty its new skin is? How much brighter the colors are?
Well, as our larger snakes go, they're not really one of the giants. The real giants are the anaconda of South America, which can grow to 25 feet in length and weigh over 300 pounds, and the reticulated python of tropical Asia, which can grow to over 30 feet in length. Now, the Burmese python is also found in Asia, and it uses constriction to kill its prey. First, it will strike and bite on to whatever it intends to kill, just to get a hold of it. Then it quickly wraps a few coils of its body around it. Now, it does both of those things so quickly that they're basically just a blur. Then each time the animal exhales or lets out a little bit of air, the snake will tighten its coils. The animal will... Now, the venomous snakes of the world can be divided into three basic groups. The first group is the most primitive group. They're the rear-fanged snakes. And the next two groups have their fangs in the front of their mouth. Now, this is a mangrove snake from Southeast Asia, and it's part of that first group, the rear fang. Now, mangroves don't have the ability to truly inject their venom. Instead, they have two enlarged teeth in the back of their mouth with a channel or a groove in them. They first have to bite onto their prey, then work the animal to the rear of their mouth using the other teeth, and wait for the venom to run out of the gland, down that channel or groove. More efficient than the elapid system of injecting venom is that found in the viperine snakes. This is a cottonmouth from the southeastern United States, and it is a viper. Now, vipers have a much longer fang than the elapids. They're actually so long that if they remain permanently erect, the fangs of this snake would basically just stick right through the bottom of his mouth. So when the fangs aren't in use, they'll kind of fold them up onto the roof of their mouth. Now, the vipers can also open their mouth to such an angle and extend those fangs out far enough that they basically stick straight out in front of it. This snake appears to have the most potent venom. They are, however, a completely marine animal, and they rarely bite humans. Now, it is completely possible that even the snakes with the most potent venom don't possess enough of it to kill an animal the size of a human. If your definition of the deadliest snake is the one that kills the most people, well, that's a question that I can't answer. By that definition, it'd be the most common snake, found in the most densely populated area. It's found in a place where most people go barefoot and medical attention is not readily available. It's a snake I'm sure you've all heard of. And that is the Asian cobra. Now, the cobra usually brings to mind a snake charmer playing his flute for a snake that seems to sway back and forth to the rhythm of the music. But actually, cobras, like all snakes, have no external ears, so they don't hear that music. They're just following the movement of the snake charmer. Now, the strike of a cobra is a forward and a downward motion, and it is relatively slow. Now, if one were fast enough, they could actually wait for the cobra to sit up straight.
Here's Rattle.
And hopefully I can get him out of here. That's the prairie rattlesnake. Now, the rattlesnake is, of course, easily identified by its unique tail appendage, the rattle. And does anybody know what you find out if you count the number of segments on that rattle? His age. That's the most common suggestion. But actually what you do find out is precisely the number of segments that were on that tail at the time you counted them. Now, if you really are concerned with the snake's age, you'd best ask him when his birthday is. Now, the reason for this is because each time the snake sheds its skin, it does...
There. Is that your camera moving?
Girls ready?
Look at the tiny baby.
I remember when my truck was in your house and I put it in the door.
Yeah, please see.
This is very good.
Neat, isn't it?
I
them come out and lay in the dirt.
I did already. Batteries. There's one that picture over there that tells about their tunnels underneath the ground. You should go look at it. They close the floor and then they go underneath and they have little houses down there.
This place they have I got a great picture of it.
You know, your camera might need batteries. That gift shop over there, we might just have to go in there and...
I don't think you can.
It's right there.
Stay right there, Kim.
Tell them apart by looking at them.
You guys just know him.
Yeah.
Look at this old guy, 116. Look, he's got a spider on him, and he don't even care. Get off of there.
That's a nice spider.
Yeah.
Look at him eat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Get in there. You didn't get it exactly. Check him out.
Get in that name.
What about you?
Yeah, talking to you.
Hello. Oh, thank you. What is it?
It's like a rectangle or a square. Again, that's the alligator. We also have two Nile crocodiles in here. One of them is sitting right here, and the other one is on the bottom of that pile right there. Now, if you look at their head, you'll notice it's thinner than the alligators, and the nose almost comes down to a point. The crocodile's head is shaped more like a triangle. That difference in head shape is probably the easiest way to distinguish between an alligator and a crocodile. There are, of course, other ways, but many are the kind of thing that only a herpetologist would know, or really even care about. One question that we're frequently asked about alligators and crocodiles is which one eats people. Now, they're both carnivorous or meat-eating, and they can be cannibalistic and eat each other. Now, they really don't worry a great deal about eating us, just to help me out with this demonstration. As you can see, they're always anxious to help me out here.
Allie, look. Oh, he's got one. They're all wanting out of the water. He's down there. We're not after him.
Watch out for the water. At least it's a warm day.
Listen to him. He's getting all of them wound up.
Got him.
Can I get through here, guys? Well, looks like I finally found myself a volunteer. as you can tell, he is pretty happy to be out here. He's got that big smile on his face. Now, the first problem with holding an alligator's mouth shut is that they're not going to just sit there and wait for you to walk over, bend down, grab their mouth and hold it shut. They'll either turn and walk away from you, or if you do manage to get a hold of the alligator's mouth, they'll twist and roll and get away. So you need to get control of the alligator first. Best way to do that is to get on the alligator's back. The easiest way to do that is just to sort of run right up the tail. Now before you go running up that tail, you want to make sure the alligator's head is facing straight forward. Otherwise, they'll probably see you coming, turn around, meet you about halfway, and bite you on the leg.
You got some other ones coming over to see him.
Once you're on the alligator, you want to get your knees up into his armpits, or at least try to. That'll keep him from backing out underneath you. Also keeps him from turning around on you. Now hold the alligator's mouth shut. First put your hands on his neck, and you just slide your way up the jaw, making sure it's closed as you go. Alligators do have a lot of closing pressure in their jaws, but not a lot of opening pressure, so it's not too hard to hold an alligator's mouth shut. Once you do get a hold of that mouth, though, you want to pull back on the alligator's head a little bit. That'll keep them from walking forward, also keeps them from rolling underneath you. That's one of the first things they'll do to try and get free. They put their head down, brace that strong tail against the ground, and just start to spin circles underneath you. Now, there's a couple reasons you don't want that to happen. The first one is that they may stop on their side. Now, since they can only strike from side to side, if they happen to be on their side while they're underneath you, they can reach up and bite you in the chest, or possibly in the face. Now, the second reason that you don't want them to spin underneath you is because you might get caught on one of their legs and end up rolling with them. Now, if that happens, you may end up with them on your back, showing all of their friends. Stay home in there. Want to give the folks a great big smile for me? Now, you notice you can't see down the alligator's throat, and the reason for this is because they have a flap in the back of their mouth that acts as a valve. When they go underwater and they open their mouth up, they don't want to swallow a bunch of that water, so they keep that valve closed. Now, once they do want to swallow the food, they bring their head up above the water, tilt their head back, open the valve up, and let the food slide. Underwater, they'll put that clear coating over their eyes. It helps them to see, and it also helps to protect the eye. Now, they do also have flaps over their ears, and the ears are just the slits right behind the eyes here. Those will close when they go underwater too. So as you can see, the alligator can do that here. I'll get him to open his mouth up again, reach inside there and touch part of it, and we'll see how long it takes him to close it. Well, that was fast enough for me. They're pretty quick, and they do have a pretty sensitive mouth. As soon as you touch the inside of it, they slam it shut. Now, when you do that right, you hear that loud pop when their jaws come together. If you don't get that quite right, you hear more of a sickening crunch, and that's usually followed by a scream or two. Just passing through, I hope. I think he's looking for some shade. Now, once you've gotten on the alligator and held its mouth shut, you do need to get back off of it. The best way to do that is to cover up both their eyes. Wait until they think they're dead. Make sure there's no alligators sneaking up behind you. And then you just back right off. Now, if you look at the alligator's teeth, and also the crocodiles, you notice that they're round and pointed and kind of conical in shape. With a tooth of that nature, they really can't bite chunks out of things. If anybody's hungry over here. break just yet. I want to feed them here pieces of chicken. They will eat any kind of red meat, fish or fowl. As I said, they aren't real picky. I think I saw this guy here.
Here comes some.
Sure you're not hungry? Who's coming out of the water? A little bit further. I know sort of a chewing motion when they go to swallow that, and that's not really chewing. Their teeth aren't designed to chew on things. They're more designed just to grab onto things and tear at them. What the chewing motion is they're getting the meat situated in their mouths so that they can swallow it a little bit easier. Come out of the pool for me? Maybe not. It's pretty hot out here. A little further. I'll go and throw a piece out into the water here. Now if they get that piece right away, they will tilt their head up above the water and open that valve up in the back of their mouth and let the food slide down. If they don't find it right away, they start to search for it. They put that clear coating over their eyes, just sort of swim sideways and tilt their head from side to side until they do find it. When they can see the meat up in the air, once I throw it on the ground next to them, they can't see it anymore. Well, usually they'll hear it hit the ground. Must be hard to hear. I've done it. I love meat. So they tilt their head to the side to try and find it. Now their heads are much too long. He's not actually a baby, he's about 4 years old. A baby would look just like Fluffy here, only be about 8 to 10 inches long, including the tail, as soon as it came out of the egg. Now, if you look at the coloration on Fluffy's sides and on some of the smaller alligators out here, you notice some yellow and black stripes.
I would like to remind everyone that following our program, there will be a snake show. It takes place in the yellow arena on the far side of the sky dome. After that, a trained animal show in the Bewitched Village, and then another gator program, in case you missed the last one. But first off this afternoon, we would like to introduce you to two main groups of birds, the parrots and the birds of prey.
There's Natalie. Look, see that, Natalie?
Over the next 20 minutes, we would like to introduce you to just a few of the more than 8,000 species of birds found on our planet today. The Harris's hawk is only one of these, and is a type of bird that must hunt other animals for a living. She would locate her live prey using keen eyesight, catch it hands up at a hard ball of leather known as a lure, and when thrown, this lure looks enough like food to catch Phoenix's attention. Everybody ready? Phoenix! Well, looks like she decided to drop in on her food instead. Nice try today, Phoenix. Now, Harris's hawks, like Phoenix, these birds are native to the desert southwestern part of the United States. As she's just shown us, they are beautiful flyers, and they're quite unique among American raptors. They've got very long legs, long tail, but short, rounded wings. Well, Phoenix, that was some great flying out here today. Thank you, Joel. On its prey, under the cover of night. Of course, I'm speaking of an owl. And if you'll direct your attention to the window of the barn behind me, you'll meet the likely source of many ghost stories. This is an American barn owl named Silo. Want to come on down here, Silo? Silo. Here she comes. Now, one of the first things people usually notice about the barn owl is that face. That facial disc is made up of stiff feathers and shaped like a small satellite dish. What it helps these birds to do is to listen. When sounds come in, they'll use that disc to bring the sounds back to their ears. Are terrific mousers. In fact, in 1 year, one family of barn owls, that's mom, dad, about 5 kids, they would actually be able to catch and eat up to 20,000 mice. Yeah, a lot better than any cat I ever met. Unfortunately for us, these beneficial birds are endangered in 7 Midwestern states. That's due primarily to habitat loss as well as pesticide poison. But Silo, you did a fine job out here today, and thank you, Lacey. Human. You look up towards the beams of sunlight breaking through the leaves just in time to find the source of the loud screeching that's filled the air. An entire flock of parrots has just flown overhead, perhaps close cousins to Eddie, our Edwards lorikeets. Now, lories, macaws, conures, cockatoos, parakeets, they're all members of the psittacine or parrot family. These birds are typically found in the warm tropical regions of the world. The typical diet for a parrot consists of fruits, New Guinea, islands around there, as are most members of the lory family. These birds do come in many different colors. You'll find lories in bright red, bright blue, even completely black. Well, Eddie, that was some fine flying out here today. Thank you, Joe. Umbrella cockatoo. Who knows how to make an entrance. Come on up here, Daisy. Well, today what Daisy would like to demonstrate for you is a parrot's special climbing feat. They make their homes in the tropical rainforest. Their vegetation is very dense, and many times it's much easier for a parrot to climb, thank you, instead of fly. On a parrot, you will see 2 toes in front, 2 toes in back. These feet are good for hanging around or climbing through trees. It's the same type of feet you would see on a woodpecker. Yep, the munch is still there. Daisy, yellow rings on the ring stand. Checking things out. Okay, Daisy. Okay, maybe we need an explanation. Or maybe we want to eat a piece of rock. Okay, Daisy. Well, guess she just wants to work on that beak, shape it up a bit, make sure she looks her best while she's out here. Okay, while you're working on that, let me explain this one more time. Yellow rings onto the ring stand, okay? I'm sure you were listening, huh? All right. Here we go, Daisy. Daisy, on the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Yellow ring. Well, folks, this is what you gotta love about working with animals. They're always so predictable. Daisy, this is a bird which at times is not considered to be a true bird of prey because they do have very weak, almost chicken-like feet, but it is a true meat eater. If you'll direct your attention to the far left corner of the stage,
Vulture.
You'll meet a young king vulture named Maya. Come on out here, Maya. One more thing. I think we all know what vultures like to eat, so please, look alive out there. As Maya makes her way across the stage, I want you to notice that very typical vulture way of walking. Believe it or not, these birds' feet are especially designed for walking on a flat surface, not for killing like the other birds of prey. When you first think about those, thank you, Maya.
He knows where he's going. That's cute. He just started walking down the trail.
Now we would like to return for a minute to the monkeys of the bird world, the members of the parrot family. Now we've shown you just a few of their adaptations, which were very helpful in the rainforest, but you may also know that they do make very popular pets. Not only are they brightly colored and very intelligent, they also have the ability to do what? Talk or mimic sound. Step right up here, Moche. Now Moche is a blue and gold macaw.
He's gonna talk
He'd be
now.
native to Central and South America. And although macaws are not known for their mimicry ability, Moche has learned to say a few things. Moch, could you say hello? Hi. Maybe he'd prefer that greeting today and to just hang around. Now Moche is a relatively young bird. Unlike most of us, what he really likes to do is just enjoy a good nap. Oh, Moch, I don't understand it, but these folks haven't been enjoying my jokes today. If you could help me out, Moche, was it funny? Was it funny? That's it. Can you laugh? Guess he doesn't think they're worth too much either. Well, Moch, looks like Chapo's made her way out onto stage. I think we ought to give her a chance in front of the microphone. So how about you say goodbye before you go? Can you say goodbye? Can you say goodbye? Okay, how about you wave instead? All the way to these folks on the end. Hey. Thank you, Moch. Well, the next one we'd like you to meet, this is Chapo. Chapo is a double yellow-headed Amazon parrot, and Chapo is new to the reptile gardens. In fact, she's only about 2 years old. But I bet she'd like to show you what she's learned. So far, that's right. One of the first things our birds learn to say is, hello. Now, Chapo, could you say it nicely? Well, Chapo has a friend backstage. His name is Gomer. Chapo, why don't you say hello to him? Chapo, what's his name? Chape, what's his name? I thought so. We do think Chapo has a bit of a crush on Gomer. Chapo, how about you blow him a kiss? But even though Chapo is a very good girl, you are a good girl, Gomer seems to have no interest. Chapo, how does it make you feel? Pretty frustrating. Guess we better change the subject. Chapo also does do some terrific animal imitations, and her favorite sound is a chicken. Yeah, could you cluck for us? Chapo, could you cluck? Can you cluck? Okay. Well, sometimes she likes a little help with this one. You guys can laugh at her, but not at me, all right? Chapo, I want you to cluck. There it is. No, do a good one. There it is. Well, here's the reptile gardens. We do have a lot of fun with our parrots. But if you've ever considered a parrot for a pet, there's a couple things we'd like you to keep in mind. These birds are extremely intelligent, and they do require a tremendous amount of care. But if you've thought about it and decided that they really are the pet for you, we'd like to encourage you to get a bird which has been hatched in captivity and hand-raised. Not only do they tend to make better pets, but will also be helping to preserve the wild parrot populations, as well as that have the ability to talk. But it does have another amazing ability. The members of this family are the fastest animals on Earth. A native of African deserts, the lanner falcon feeds primarily on other birds, and they would catch those right in midair. Now, when pursuing their food, these birds have been known to reach speeds of up to 150 miles an hour, and the falcon will chase it, very much the way she'd chase her food in the wild. Now, during this time, she will be free to fly anywhere in the theater. She may come right through the stands. If she takes that route, please do not try to reach up and touch her at any time. And if you look up, keep your mouth closed.
This is going to be cool.
What Joel is about to do is remove the soft leather hood off the falcon's head. We use that to keep the bird calm before flying. And when it comes off, it's her signal, it's time to go. Sahara. She's going to plan a little strategy this afternoon. Maybe she wanted to show you falcons can run as well as fly. Up through the bleachers.
Come here, what?
Oh, it's going to grab the other bird.
You guys thought I was kidding, didn't you? That got me that time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right through the bleachers. She got it that time. Hop, hop, come on back, Sahara. Let's give her a hand.
Here.
You may have figured out the object of the game for the falcon is just to touch that lure with any part of her body on the way by. As soon as she did that, game's over. She wins. She gets the lure as well as the reward we've tied to it. I gotta catch my breath here. The best part of the game, we want to give her plenty of time to enjoy that. If we were to rush her off the lure, she might not think it was as much fun to play next time. So this way we can safely leave her out here with that small weight that I clipped to the lure. Let her enjoy it as much as she likes. And it does bring us up to our last bird. And our last bird is one of the largest raptors found here in the United States. Coming out on your right, this is a bald eagle named Miyaka. Here in the United States, we do have two types of eagles, the bald as well as the golden. And unfortunately, even majestic birds like these, they too are facing a lot of problems. They fall victim to reckless shooting, poisoning, and loss of their natural habitat. Okay. 9. We have got quite the range of guesses there. There was one right answer out there. And so we may be surprised to find out. Miyaka does weigh in right around 9 pounds. They do look much heavier, but keep in mind, birds are made mostly of feathers, and also they do have a basically hollow bone structure. Now, because of the importance of these birds to us and to their natural environment, it is now against United States law to shoot, poison, possess, or harass any bird of prey. In fact, it's even illegal just to have a single feather without special permission. Here at the Reptile Gardens, we do have permits which allow us to keep these birds for educational needs. The first step towards preservation is understanding their importance, not only to their environment, but to us. So we hope today we've helped you gain a little better understanding. If you have any questions, we welcome those here at the black railing after the show. But keep in mind the snake show is going to start in just a few minutes on the far side of the dome in the yellow arena. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the...
Almost looks like a birth defect. Hi, Natalie.
You're welcome.
Look at him. He wants to do it and he acts like a little pug. Hi, Nash.
Alright, look off my side.
Cowboy.
Shut up.